Hi and welcome or welcome back to I Love You Vlog, the segment of Presto Media Productions you're watching on YouTube. My name is Valentina Faltoni, my Italian name. My naturalized citizen name since 2013 in the United States is Valentina Lucia Faltoni. I added a middle name. Now we're gonna make a classic Italian meal, which is tortellini in brodo, meaning tortellini in a broth. So this is a life-saving recipe because you can make tortellini and freeze them, and you can also make the broth ahead of time and freeze it. It's been almost a month I don't have any meat, any cheese and any eggs, so I'm gonna have a really good meal tomorrow. I can't wait for it. The gluten-free tortellini I'm making is also pork-free, so if you have any limitation or any food allergies, this recipe is for you and for me because I don't eat gluten and I also don't eat pork. So I'm gonna make the filling with turkey meat, ground turkey meat, and eggs and lupini beans that substitute the breadcrumbs. I'm gonna use nutmeg, which is a spice that I love, and it's typical on tortellini. And I also use salt and pepper, of course, and parsley, always. And garlic, that's the filling. The outside part is made with yucca, the root vegetable that is typical in Southern America, but also in Africa, I believe they also eat yucca, and yucca fries are very typical in Peru. Salt, olive oil, nutritional yeast is gonna go inside, turmeric for the color because we want to make it look like real pasta dough. So yeah, we're gonna roll it like just regular pasta dough, and to glue it together, so we're gonna cook the yucca, which I already did, to take some time off this video and not getting you bored about boiling a yucca without skin and then blend it in a blender, and it became like a dough, like a sticky dough. And I add to that a cup, so 2 cups of boiled yucca to 1 cup of cassava flour, which is similar to yucca because it's actually dehydrated yucca into a powder form. So we're gonna use that with olive oil, nutritional yeast for the flavor, and the turmeric and the salt just for, you know, for the color and for the taste of we want to add a little bit of salt on it. So let's make the filling, let's make the dough, and I already put all the ingredients of the dough here already made, and I already described you the ingredients. When it comes to the dough, the filling, the turkey, ground turkey is in the fridge. The parsley is ready to be ground with this Italian invention that I never found in the United States. I have garlic press over there, 2 eggs, and so let's go and cook this. And I'm going to make this tortellini in broth, typical recipe for Christmas. Some people eat it through the year. My nephew eat it in summer, I don't know how, because it's hot. But I love tortellini. I never had tortellini homemade because my family doesn't make them. It's a typical recipe of Emilia Romagna, which is upper east side of Italy, near Venice, kind of underneath Venice. Emilia Romagna is very famous for their food, and especially mortadella, which is usually the filling of the tortellini. But in our case, we don't, because we don't use pork. All right, let's go and cook. Here is all the ingredients needed for the actually dough. Like I said, 2 cups of boiled and blended yucca in a blender, and it became like so sticky. Like this is the consistency you see over here. It's almost like a mashed potato, but it's very sticky, and also it's very high in fiber, so it's really good. Cassava flour, 1 cup here, turmeric, nutritional yeast. I like to buy the nutritional yeast that do not have any added B synthetic vitamin, so it's not enhanced or enriched. Olive oil, 2 teaspoons, 2 tablespoons of salt, and 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric for color, which is there. I like turmeric, so I put half of a spoon, and you can also omit that if you want. This is the ingredient for the filling. The meat is not out yet because it's kind of warm. Where I am right now is at about 80 Fahrenheit, so I don't want to spoil the meat. Let's assemble everything. Let's mix it up, and I see you when the dough is rolled with a pin flat, and we're gonna make little square, and then we're gonna, you know, put the filling in and just see if I can make the shape of tortellini because I've never done it. Okay, so the great things about this recipe, you don't have to knead the dough by hand for the pasta. Actually, it's all in the blender. Everything is inside here, and all we need is then you know, roll in the pasta dough, of course, and make little square. I'm not gonna be that picky on my shape because I kind of like them rustic anyway. So I mean, like handmade should be like imperfect. If you're looking for perfect tortellini, you should buy the one made already. I like when pasta is uneven because it make it look like so authentic and real, made by, you know, a real person instead of a machine. And we got a bowl ready here for the meat ingredients. It's going to go crazy, but this is the dough already made. See, that was super easy. Wow, look at that. We got a really good dough made, and I'll show you now. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to keep it a little soft. I need to add the oil. I'm gonna show you how it looks because I think it looks fantastic, just like a dough of pasta. I put oil because I don't want it to stick or get dry in the time I'm actually making the filling. This look really good to me. Okay, this is the turkey meat I have. I'm gonna add some nutmeg, a lot of nutmeg actually. To me, tortellini don't taste like tortellini unless there is a lot of nutmeg. Fun fact, somebody told me when I was a kid, I don't know if it's true, that they remove nutmeg from prisons in Italy because it's hallucinogenic. I don't know if it's true, but I love nutmeg, maybe the case, I don't know. Salt. I'm gonna add 2 eggs, 1, and then second egg, 2 eggs, and then now I'm gonna add some garlic, fresh press, if I can squeeze it, okay, and then I'm gonna add, like I said, this is my Italian rudimental parsley shredder, which I never found in the US. If you know the name this in English, please comment below. I don't think they sell it here in the US. So let's shred it. It's literally a little, it got blades underneath, and it got this little hand. And I'm telling you, this is so much better than just cutting parsley. Italians eat a lot of parsley and capers in the recipe. So we love parsley, like I think South American love cilantro. Now, this is freshly ground, so the taste is so unique. It's just so fresh, it's just so good. Okay, I just added lupini bean because it's a good substitute for me that I don't use any breadcrumbs. So instead of bread, to make it more dry, I use lupini bean. This is how it look like right now. I'm gonna add some nutritional yeast because in the typical recipe, people will put like cheese. So nutritional yeast just give that little cheesy flavor that we all love. And then we're gonna adjust to pretty much to taste. I'm gonna take a fork and I'm gonna now mix it up. And I'll see you later because I'm gonna move in a different section because I'm gonna have to, you know, roll with a pin the pasta dough and cut it, and then together we try to make a tortellini in real time. I added a little bit of cassava flour to make it dry. You want a little dry consistency because you don't want it soaking wet, and then you cannot close the tortellini. So the same pasta I make for, this is the pasta dough that I made just now. You can use the same dough for like literally any filled Italian pasta. So I made it some vegan actually ravioli with mushroom filling before, and I froze them, and when you eat them they taste more like a potato kind of like than a real dough, kind of like with flour and you know, and gluten. But if you have allergy or intolerance, this is such a lifesaver because it just gives you the opportunity to eat it again. And I like this because it's also grain free, so if you are low in grains for some reason, this is the best option. Okay, I got the rolling pin. I'm sitting on a table. I'm gonna show you now because I can't tape my face and the table at the same time. I'm using this is from a dehydrator. I have the one for raw vegan food, etc. And I'm gonna use this in case it's too sticky. I can use this, you know, the pasta dough in between these two sheets. You can use parchment paper. I'm gonna move the camera toward the table. Some people will stand up doing this. I just sit because I'm dry fasting today, so, and I was dry fasting yesterday, so I enjoy a little sitting moment, okay? They teach in Italy Play-Doh at elementary school to prepare us to make pasta. This is gonna take a while. We cannot make it too thin, otherwise it's gonna be hard to, but you know, the middle is perfect. I'm gonna do now a square and I'm gonna close, let's see if we can close it together on camera. Back, I have the filling, I have the pasta in front of me. Let's try to make some. Let's see if I can make one on camera with you. Like I said, I don't even have like anything like machine to cut a square. We're gonna go by chance. We're gonna make them all different shape. We don't care. Let's see if we can actually make one, at least one. Okay, this is one here. I have a little spoon for the filling. It's a little off camera, but doesn't matter. Not too much filling for what I heard, just a little bit. Yes, and then we're gonna fold it. We're gonna close the corner. And then we're gonna roll it. And voila, this is my tortellino, guys. So this is a gluten-free, grain-free tortellino. What do you think? Okay, could be better, could be worse. It's not a perfect shape, but you know, you go close. I don't know why I got this idea of the ginger man raviolo. And it's not even closing that well, but yeah. Hopefully it doesn't open when I cook it. I'm gonna close it. I didn't feel the head is empty. But the filling is right here in the middle. I think this is cute. And I think that I can make a little like sauce with vegan butter, because I don't eat meat, and I don't eat meat together with cheese. So I'm gonna make it maybe coconut oil, sage, and some ginger and nutritional yeast. It can be a good experiment for me. Don't try this at home. I finally finished to make my tortellini, which turned out to be actually capellacci, which is a Roman style tortellini, but in a bigger size, because it was really hard to make them. This is how they look like, and they're plenty for broth. Capellacci and tortellini, the both can go with broth. So that's my final results. And also because I had so much filling and so much pasta, I made something else, because I said at the beginning this pasta dough can make ravioli. So I made a ginger man shape snowman, and the bell, and the Christmas ball shape, and then I'm gonna freeze them. Like I said, you can make this ahead of time. And that's all for now, but stay tuned, because tomorrow I'm gonna have the taste test with you on camera with the capellacci, not tortellini. Tortellini will be like smaller shape, but I'm pretty happy with the result, because it's my first time ever doing this. See you tomorrow. Merry Christmas 2024. I know you're here for the taste test of the tortellini. That turned out to be capellotti because they're bigger in size. But first, let me show you what I'm wearing for 2024 Christmas. It's my outfit. I'm wearing these red boots over here, they're Italian, very nice, velvet red. I'm wearing these little shorts because it's kind of nice weather, and this sweater say I'm your holiday treat, which I wear every year because I love it. Now let's go to the table and I'm showing you what I cook. Everything I made this Christmas. So we start with the crostini, which is typical Italian entree. How cute is little tablecloth with poppies. So I made my focaccia bread from scratch. It's comprised of pumpkin seed, that's why it's green, and coconut yogurt, and a little bit of cassava flour, so which is derived from yucca. And yucca is kind of like a basic things I use for a lot of stuff, as you know, also for pizza. So these crostini are three type of. This is what I made this year. This is the classic black crostini we call in Tuscany with chicken liver pate. This is a pate de foie gras of the sea, means cod liver pate. And then I have the tuna over here with a mix of fermented vegetable, which is really good for your gut. After the crostini, I'll serve this primo, which is the capellotti we made yesterday together. So this is delicious. It's made gluten-free and with turkey. We're gonna have this soon. It's delicious. And I want to show you the main dish, which is here. Are you ready? Come close. This is a goat meat. It's not Italian because we don't usually eat this. It's goat with bones, and I made this potato with peppers and onions. It's delicious, and it's an Indian spiced goat meat. And dulces in fundus, but I'm gonna eat the dessert first. As you know, I love to start with dessert. And I made some very delicious tea with hibiscus flower and oranges. You can see from here, this piece of oranges, I made it from scratch. And I like to use loose powdered tea because the tea bag usually have is bleached and is not good taste-wise, and it's not good for your health. But let's see the cake. This is gluten-free, made from scratch, buckwheat flour, raisins, chocolate, coconut yogurt on top, is not whipped cream, and berries. And mwah, buon appetito, and let's see the taste test of the tortellini. Starting with the dessert and tea. Hi Charlie, what are you doing under the table? Bella, Sophie, and the other one, Bianca. This cake reminds me of the one I used to have when I was a kid from Mulino Bianco, the brand from Italy. It's just a cake I used to have. It's just right the same taste, but much healthier with the buckwheat, which is very good for health-wise. I just ate one of the crostini, the chicken liver paté or crostino nero is already gone. Now I'm having the tuna. This is the one with the turkey meat and mushroom, mitaki mushroom, and this one is the one with the pâté de foie of the ocean. I changed my sweater because I don't want to get stained, but I'm having for the first time my homemade broth with capellotti, let's say not tortellini because they're big. Look how nice they actually are. I'm gonna taste it and see what I think. I love it. Wow. The broth. Wow. 10 out of 10. Okay, I am at the goat and potato. Why I'm having goat is because it's very high in carnitine. It's #1 source of carnitine. Really good against glycation, so when the process of aging and oxidation that happen when you eat a lot of sugar with protein. So everybody should have more carnitine in their life. Very healthy. And potatoes, pepper and onion. And the meat is cooked with a really nice gravy sauce or salsa, whatever you want to call it, with Indian spices. And I have this focaccia bread I made with pumpkin seeds, so very nutrient dense.